I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 86. Just a reminder before we get started that you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Google Plus at Rated G for Gamers. You can always email us at ratedgforgamers@gmail.com. I'm your host, Dave Rotino. This is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster, formerly known as Classic, Robinson.
What's going on, man?
It's been a little bit since we've recorded.
It's been 2 weeks. Life,
It's been 2 weeks.
as always, gets in the way.
Things get in the way.
Grown man gamer.
A little bit busy.
Hashtag grown man gamers. No, come on.
It is.
We got it. I got to get Dave on board.
There it is.
Mike. We discussed this. Grown man gamers. Okay, it's a movement. We got to get Dave on because he's a grown man and he's a gamer.
I don't know about that, but I will say this, and you're actually gonna like this. I love Wolfenstein: The New Order. I don't know why I slept on this game so much. Wolfenstein 2 is coming out now, and
What does that have to do with anything?
that has to do with
It's
what we've been playing, which is how you always try and start the show.
and always fail.
I got you.
You did.
Not
You got me
today.
that. You got me that.
Not today.
I had no idea where you were going.
Not
with
today.
I had no idea.
Well, I
where you
mean,
were-
I wanted to show my love to Bethesda and Machine Gun Games. They put together a beautiful first-person shooter. They revitalized the Wolfenstein franchise, living up to the legacy of past Wolfenstein games.
Well, we're definitely gonna talk about Bethesda later on in the show. They're doing big things. They're making me very happy right now.
A little bit of a teaser.
All right.
Also, sorry to cut you off. I've been playing the lovely Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age,
Still,
which you saw me play earlier
I walked in and you were still playing it. I was
for
like,
a brief minute.
that's a huge map.
Yeah.
You've been on that. You've been playing the game for a
The
while.
game is big. There is an achievement that says if you access every little square inch of the game map and have it uncovered, you'll get like a silver or a gold trophy.
a gold trophy. No, you get a platinum trophy, right? You don't want a platinum trophy? You're playing on PS4.
I'm playing on PS4. Well, I mean, platinum is like if you get all the trophies.
If you
right?
100, yeah,
Well,
you 100% the game.
Right. This is 100% of the map for one trophy, among other ones. I would love to platinum the game.
So you're not even worried about platinum. You're just worried about getting that one gold trophy.
I'm worried about doing that one. Yeah, I don't have any gold trophies yet. So.
Well, that's because you. I'm sure you have 1,000, Xbox achievements.
I have over 20,000 Xbox points, I think. So,
Yeah.
There you go.
All
right, look. I'll admit. I mean, I never owned a PS3, so I never got any of those achievements, and I only got the PS4 in the last 2 years. So I'm making up for lost time.
All right.
Making up for lost time. So you know what I've been playing. I don't know what you've been playing.
So I've been playing. I mean, first and foremost, like Clockwork. I'm trying to beat the game. So I've been playing Bayonetta 1 for the Wii U. Still playing that.
Right. Okay. So you got the combo pack.
I got the combo pack.
Okay.
I think we talked about that 2 weeks ago. I've just been sporadically just powered on my Wii U, been trying to power through it, try to beat it. I think I got like 4 more chapters left.
Okay.
So I'm pretty far into the game.
There's some bonus additional content after you beat the game too.
Which I will not.
Extra stuff.
Which I will not play.
No. All right. Fair enough.
I am not the completionist.
Gotta get all those golden rings, right?
I just care about the story, to be honest. And a lot of that stuff you only get if you get like a platinum trophy on each level.
Okay.
Definitely haven't done that. So
well, you were kind of telling me about some of the Easter eggs, right?
Well, it's the Sonic Easter eggs. I mean, this is a Sega game.
It's
so
very much a Sega produced game.
Yeah. I've been playing some Destiny 2. Gotta say, I played a little bit of it. I just got through the first tutorial mission, which you play. That was the demo, really, right? The not even the demo, the beta before the game came out.
Okay.
And I played like through the I guess the 3 parts after that. So I've only put 2 hours into the game.
Okay.
I haven't put in that much into the game, and I'll tell you why in a second. But Destiny 2 reviews are finally in. So it's pretty much got an 85 on Metacritic.
Oh, we're rolling right into the review roundup.
We're rolling right into it.
We got a double review roundup today, folks. So this is the first of 2.
So you got an 85 for both PS4 and Xbox One. I don't know. I don't like the way they like sort of,
split it by platform.
Split it by I mean,
this is something new they're doing, right? Or I mean, we've talked about it a little bit ago, but I think
we switched to this like 6 months ago,
right?
Because it was like I was pulling whatever the highest Metacritic score was,
right?
That's what the Metacritic score is, right? But they split up into like people who said they played on Xbox, outlets that play on Xbox, and outlets who play on PlayStation. I think it honestly should just be console, PC.
Well, I mean, there are times where it's different, like especially in I'll tease this a little bit too. Games that come out on say a Nintendo product like a 3DS or a Switch or like a Wii U. It may still say FIFA 18, but it's going to be a different experience, right? And it'll be a different score.
That's true, but like when it comes to like PS4 and Xbox One, it's pretty much the same game.
They're very similar platforms. Right. Same architecture. Graphics are going to be pretty close probably. So,
but I think it's always funny every time I look at the sort of the Metacritic scores and see who scored what. I always like to pull that like 1 or 2 outlets I've never heard of before. I didn't even know reviewed games.
Like
our
favorite outlet, Forbes magazine.
Forbes, yes, and the Washington Post too. Apparently,
the Washington Post, yeah, Time magazine, Yahoo Games, right?
And today's no different. We got this covered. Gave it 100%.
Got this covered. Well, they apparently do have it covered.
They got this covered.
And they gave it 100%, huh?
They gave it 100%.
That feels a little dubious.
So Games Radar gave it 100.
Wow. All right.
Well, an outlet I actually heard of.
Yeah. A legitimate gaming outlet, yes.
GameSpot gave it a 90. Game Informer gave it a 90. Xbox Addict gave it a 90. Never heard of that one.
Well, yeah, they've been kicking around for a little bit.
Xbox Achievements gave it an 85. Video Gamer gave it an 80. GameSpot gave it a 90. IGN gave it an 85. Destructoid, sort of the outlier, gave it a 75. And Polygon Review still in progress.
Interesting.
So I really can't give an opinion on it. As of right now, I've only put 2 hours into it. Finally, I have story, I would say.
Okay.
Like,
Can you give it a review in progress score?
No.
Oh.
It's not.
I hate doing it.
I hate putting scores next to things. I like to have a full-on discussion.
Okay. Let me go ahead and rephrase the question. Thumbs up, thumbs down so far. Are you enjoying the experience?
Definitely a thumbs up.
All right.
Definitely a thumbs up.
I'll take it.
Like, you start out sort of in a game having sort of all your legendaries, all your weapons, and
they take it all away, don't they?
And then they take it all away.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they Metroid it away from you, right?
Yeah, pretty well. No, they Castlevania Symphony of the Night it away from you.
There you go, right? Hey, I got all the best armor and weapons in the game. Nope, no, you don't.
Yep. Yeah. After 40 minutes, no, you don't.
Well, after like 30 seconds.
well, in this game, this game is so big. 40 minutes is like 30 seconds compared to Symphony of the Night. All right, so I've been playing that, and I've also been playing Metroid: Samus Returns on my 2DS.
Oh, jealous!
My new
2DS.
Now I got to say, I'm jealous.
The black and blue, right?
The black and blue, the OG one. Yes. Well, it's the OG one now, but we'll get into that later in the news. So I love this game. But I got to say, I'm jealous of you. I should have listened to you. Dave was right
I'm gonna go
for
ahead
the
and roll
first
my
time.
eyes.
Dave was right for the first hashtag.
I was right for the first time that you will admit this week.
No.
So there you go.
Hashtag,
that's how much I've been. That's how much I've been right in the past.
Hashtag Dave was right once.
Dave was right once.
There we go. First time Dave was right. One thumb up.
Oh, I remember way back in like 2005 when I was right for the first time, and it was so sweet.
Okay, so
and all the times after that I've been right.
Dave was right twice. He's right every 12 years.
Anyway, so
I have the regular edition.
Not to go. Yes.
You got the special edition.
Well, no, I didn't because it was all sold out.
Wait, I thought you got the special edition.
No, I thought GameStop still had some in stock when I tried to order it, but they don't.
But I mean, okay, so I got mine the day it came out. Yours is still in back order. You pre-ordered it, correct?
Well, I pre-ordered from Amazon. I thought I was going to get there on Friday, and then they said, "Oh, it's going to come Tuesday."
Yeah, but you pre-ordered the special edition.
I got the regular
Oh,
edition.
you got the regular edition. Oh, okay. So I take that back.
I wanted the special edition, but
Okay, I take that back then. So I kind of want the special edition.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with the cool soundtrack. That soundtrack, just the artwork on that soundtrack looks awesome.
yeah.
I kind of want.
It's badass.
And what I didn't know was it has a reversible cover.
I told you it did.
You told me after I already bought it. That's what I'm saying. I do want the special edition. I shouldn't have pre-ordered it. I should have just went to the Nintendo store. I don't work too far from the Nintendo store.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I got the Amiibo from. The
Right.
Amiibo was sold out on Amazon.
Right.
And they actually don't have it out at the Nintendo store. You have to ask for it so they can go either in the back or behind the counter to give it to you.
Dan Robinson pro tip right there.
Always ask.
Always ask.
Kids, don't be afraid to ask.
Especially at take that into the Goodwills and the Salvation Armies too. A lot of the times they will have the games behind the counter and not out in the multimedia DVD CD section.
That's how I got my Sega Master System pickups.
Right.
I asked if they had any games. He said he had Atari games. And I was like, I'll take Atari games.
You'll take Atari. Atari's awesome, man.
It was.
I'm starting to get up on my Atari collection, right?
It was a bunch of Sega Master System games. He had no idea what he's talking about. I was like, how much? $1 a piece. I was like, every game here is like $30, $40 a piece. I'll take it.
That's a fine, baby.
That's a fine. That was a good fine too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Metroid: Samus Returns. Well, it's really Metroid 2: Samus Returns.
It is. It's the remake of Metroid 2.
A game I'd never played.
Not the best of the Metroid series. I still love it, but it has its issues. You know, it was on the Game Boy. There's no map system originally in there.
But that's how you can go and you can roll up into a ball, and then you can sort of like climb the walls. Right.
That was the introduction to the sticky ball, the spring ball. You know, the Varia suit, like the current incarnation of the Varia suit with the big ass shoulders.
Yeah.
They didn't have colors to differentiate. Enough colors to differentiate between the regular suit and the Varia suit, so they got the big shoulders on there. That was kind of cool.
So, all right. So Metacritic gave it 85 for the obviously 3DS and 2DS. IGN gave it 85. GameSpot gave it a 90. Polygon gave it a 90. Destructoid gave it an 80. Got a 98 from Game Informer. That was surprising.
Nice.
Nintendo World Report, never heard of them, gave it a 95.
Sure. I think it'd be like 20. It's like, what?
Nintendo Life gave it 100. US Gamer gave it 100. EGM gave it a 90. And our good friend RGT85 from Nintendo Enthusiast gave it an 85.
Nice. So Universal around the board, solid game. Pick it up.
Solid game. I will say your fingers will be cramping as you get used to the new melee system. And you have to get your timing down perfectly, especially when you're facing the actual Metroids. So, great game. Love the game. I put at least 4 hours into the game far.
All right.
Off and on. Still wish it was on the Switch, but we'll get Metroid Prime. Hopefully.
That's coming, baby. Prime
2018, but I think it'll be 2019.
You want to make a Shake Shack bet on that?
No, not yet.
Then you're wrong. It's coming out 2018. Nah, you're wrong. You're wrong. Otherwise, you'd bet on it.
I want to be wrong. I'll put it that way.
Of course you do.
I want to be wrong.
Of course you do.
So, anyway, Dave, you get any good pickups?
Did I get any good pickups?
Well, you know what?
Last 2 weeks.
You know what? How about this? How about I'll go first?
All right.
Because you did actually get a pretty good haul recently.
All right, yeah.
So, I didn't, I picked up Destiny 2, obviously, and Metroid Samus Returns for the 2DS. I picked up Knack 2 for the PS4. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
This is the epitome of grown man gaming. All right, I'm going to go ahead and use your hashtag right here. Tell the fine folks out there in podcast land who are listening right now how you got a copy of Knack 2. Because normally I'd just be like, oh yeah, PS4 fanboy. You're gonna pick up the PS4 mascot game again. It's fine. It's a cute little game. Did all right.
Which got a Metacritic of I think 82.
Much better than the first one. So.
It was. It didn't brick. It
didn't brick the system.
It doesn't brick your system.
Oh boy.
I'm sure they patched that now, right?
I would hope so.
All right. Full disclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to be. I'm trying to get more healthy. I'm trying to get toned up. Okay. Trying to get my rock on. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. So you know what? Excuse me. You got to take your vitamins, right? You want to take your vitamins, all right? Remember when you used to take those Flintstone vitamins when you were a kid?
Yeah, that's right. Flintstone chewables.
Yeah. So I try to get the adult equivalent, all right? So I tried to order one a day. Vitamin for men.
Oh, did they not have a Power Rangers branded version?
If they did, I probably would have bought it. The new Power Rangers, the movie.
You rock those Red Ranger tablets all day.
Okay. The green pill.
Oh, the green? Yeah.
So they were pretty cheap on Amazon for $5. I think they're like $10 if you buy them at the pharmacy. They're $5 on Amazon. The problem is it's $5 only as an add-on to another purchase. So
this all starting to make sense.
So I needed to purchase something else. And I was like, I don't really need anything. And then I was like, oh yeah, Knack 2's coming out tomorrow. So I just bought Knack 2. I got my 20% off.
I was gonna say, yeah, very nice.
I was just in time to get my 20% off. And you know what? I got my $5 one a day for men vitamins.
So you spent Knack is probably like $40?
Yeah, it was like 30 something.
30 something? All right. Well,
$38, something like that.
38 with the discount.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's probably like 50 or something, all right. It's a little bit less than a full price game. You got the 20% off. Good on you there. You got the $5 discount on the one a days, right? Because you had to get it with something else.
Yes.
So you basically spent $30.
I got my one a days for men as I play my Knack 2.
Spend $30 to get. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna post a picture on Instagram.
You should knack with the vitamins next.
Knack with my vitamins. Yeah. I also picked up Metal Slug X for the PS1.
Nice. X gonna give it to you. Is that fair to say?
X is gonna give it to you.
Nice.
And
shout out to DMX.
And on the last show, we had mentioned Earth Defense Force. I thought I had all the Earth Defense Force games.
No.
One escaped me,
but
now I've captured it.
That's right. Right again. Thank you. 2 times.
Earth Defense Force for the SNES.
You're welcome.
I actually ordered it twice by accident. You want to do a trade?
Yeah, let's do it. Earth Defense Force is a solid game.
Yeah, I know. Well, I bought it twice. I didn't order it twice. I bought it twice. I forgot I bought it when we were doing the show that day. And then I went home and I totally forgot, and I bought it for another Lukey bundle. Shout out to Lukey out there in Florida.
Nice. Yeah. Thoughts and prayers down there. It has been a little bit since the hurricane hit, but they had to close down for a couple days, I think.
I actually sent them an email.
Yeah.
And they replied that everything's okay and they're back in business.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, if you guys don't know, Lukey has a warehouse down in Florida. Irma went through and they wanted to shut down operations for a little bit just to make sure everything was kosher, and they're doing all right.
Finally, well, no, actually, I picked up a few more things. I got Captain Commando.
Nice.
Capcom's first mascot. I got it. It's kind of expensive for the SNES, so I got it for the Super Famicom.
Yeah.
Not exactly that. It's cheaper, but not cheap. It's cheaper than the American version, North American release. I also picked up Inside/Limbo Pack for Xbox One.
Ooh, double feature, baby.
I got Raw Danger Sealed for the PS2.
Oh.
Never heard of this game.
Yeah, that game, I'm sure, what would you pay, $5?
I don't remember what I paid for that, actually.
Raw Danger. Sounds like a winner.
Raw Danger. Yeah,
you got to open that up and play it.
I got to. And then also, finally, I got Ghosts and Goblins for the Genesis.
Nice.
I got that actually for a good price, too. Got it on eBay. I won my bid. I don't win a lot of bids nowadays. I've been losing a lot of bids, but I won my bid for that.
Yeah, you have to be a little more aggressive.
You got to be on it. You got to be, you got to make sure you watch your bids and you sort of know market value and how much you're willing to spend.
Yeah. Use the price charting website. You can see where stuff is at in terms of the general price. You can see what things have been sold at, right?
Well, you know what? Let's hold off on that.
Yeah,
We got it. We did a show in the past regarding how we buy our games. I think we should update that.
Oh yeah, we can do that. There's definitely been some new revelations that have come to light.
So we'll do like a good convo of the week. One day this year, maybe around Black Friday, the holidays, on how we buy games, and just how do we hunt for games.
I'm with it.
We'll do an episode about that.
So
all right. So Dave, tell me about your haul.
Oh, well, let's just start off by saying I now own a physical copy of Civ 5 for the PC. Game is fantastic. OG edition, not with the Gods and Kings or the Brave New World edition. So got to get that too. But baby steps. WarioWare Smooth Moves, which you saw and you're like, I got to get that game because you got to get everything I have. And you did.
I saw. Well, first of all, that game was on my radar for a while.
And you're like, Dave got it for a great price. I got to get it too.
And I literally forgot about that game because there were 2 Wario games.
Yes.
For the Wii, I picked up the first one. I forgot which one was that called. You know what?
I'm not sure.
Let's look that up.
Right now. Go ahead.
Let's look up that right now.
So you now do own it,
I do own it. When I saw it, you had it. I was like, you know what? I totally forgot about that game. I was supposed to pick that up, and I totally forgot. It is Wario Land Shake It.
WarioWare Shake It?
Wario Land.
Wario Land Shake It. Okay, yeah. Slightly different game. I remember that game, yeah.
Yeah. So I picked that up. I was supposed to pick up Smooth Moves and totally forgot about that.
Speaking of that Wario Land game, they had the best advertisements on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. So this was back when Flash was still big and whatnot, and YouTube still was using Flash. So they had the ad, the Shake It ad, and I want to say the Shake It ad was interactive, so when you mouse over it, it kind of takes over a little bit, and basically it would destroy the whole entire website, right? Because it was one of those you gotta shake everything out, and then the coins pop out.
Shake it.
Right? Yeah. So all the ads and the YouTube section where all the videos are, everything crumbled down. It was really cool. It was really cool. I'll see if I can find a link for it, but
never saw it. I don't think I saw that.
Oh, it's awesome. I'll have to show you after the show.
All right.
But yeah, I picked up that. I picked up the Commodore 64 art book, which is fantastic. I was getting a birthday gift for a friend of mine. I found they had the Super Famicom version where it had just kind of the top games, and it did do a bunch of cover art and
we're such nerds.
One page in-depth stuff. Hey,
we are such nerds. We like art books of video games.
Hey man, it's great.
Lord Carnage, the YouTuber Lord Carnage, he went through some Atari art book. It pretty much has an art book of all the Atari posters from the late 70s and early 80s.
I've seen that. It's fantastic work, man. Fantastic. It's nice little coffee table book. The name of the company escapes me. It'll be up in the show notes though if anybody's interested, because they do a bunch. They do, I think, NES, Super Famicom, Commodore, and a couple other systems. Spectrum maybe too. But anyway, yesterday, as of this recording on Saturday, my friend Joe was walking around Brooklyn with he had a friend in town from overseas, and they were kind of running around Brooklyn, going to record shops, and he sends me a text at 1 o'clock. He's like, I came across this lady selling all these video games. He snapped a few pictures. He says, are you interested? Do you want any of these? And I took a look, and I was like, yes, I want these. And, I texted him back. He's like, oh, are you going to be around the area, whatever else? Because I was going to go and possibly run out and take a look. He's like, well, we're going to be coming back around that area in a little bit. If you want me to come back and, see what's up. I said, yes. So I kind of looked through. I'm like, look, can you take a better picture of the stuff? Because I was going to take maybe some of the stuff, right? And then I started evaluating it, and he told me what she wanted the price for everything, and I'm like, oh, I want everything. I said, how much for everything? He's like, look, I'm just going to put you on the phone with the lady. So I said, okay. We hammered out a good deal. I said, do you mind taking all this stuff and bringing it over? He goes, no, I got you. Don't worry about it. So from the comforts of my own couch, I negotiated a deal for a stack of DS games, some 3DS games, a pink 3DS in great condition, like the OG, with the stylus and the charger, a bunch of Xbox 360 games, bunch of PS3 games, bunch of Wii games, some GBA games, and some loose DS games.
Altogether, how many games?
Altogether, I think about 60.
$60, not bad.
60 games.
Yeah,
60 games.
Yeah, 60 games in a console.
Yeah, I'm not going to say how much I paid for it. I don't
good
really want to
price.
necessarily do that, but I got a really good price for everything.
What are some of the standouts?
Animal Crossing New Leaf is in there.
You got James Bond Bloodstone for.
I got James
for
Bond
3D
Bloodstone 007. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
for
pretty
3DS.
nice. Got
Not,
the
not 2DS. It was 2DS. That was a 2DS game.
DS.
DS.
A
I mean,
DS game.
DS
Yeah.
Sorry.
Indiana Jones. I mean, look, a lot of it is shovelware for sure. And if
But
you
you
guys,
got Pokemon.
I did. I got a Pokemon Silver.
It's like I got a Pokemon.
I have a Pokemon game. I think it was Sapphire, maybe.
Sapphire.
Pokemon Sapphire.
No, it was Sapphire.
Yeah.
All right, so you got that.
And I ended up because it came in one of those like GameStop cases, so I ended up getting the case and the manual to kind of complete it out. So I got that coming.
Pro
on the way.
tip: just buy the game cheap and buy the case and manual separate.
Right? Yeah, you can usually do better.
Put it together.
You can usually do better that way.
Nice.
So yeah. So I got that. I got a couple doubles in the mix. So I'm gonna see Let's see if you don't have any of those. If you want to trade for some of those, for sure. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty nice. It really this is basically a shelf and possibly a shelf and a half of games.
Oh, nice.
Basically now, my shelving system's.
He already needs a new shelf.
Yeah, I already needed it before this. Now I definitely need to get a new shelf. Like it's just like ugh.
Gotcha.
So I just have to pony up and buy that big IKEA shelf.
So all right. So I think we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll do the news. We have two convos of the week. We will address the PewDiePie situation, and we'll ask, should game journalists be good at video games? All right, and we're back. All right, let's get into the news. We have to start with the latest Nintendo Direct.
It dropped last week.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It was it was Wednesday because the Apple event was on Tuesday.
That's right.
So this was crazy because they said 45 minutes. It was going to be 45 minutes long. And we're like, well, what can they show for 45 minutes? Right? That we don't already know.
Oh, they came out the gate strong.
Okay, the one thing that caught my eye, I have to say this.
Off the bat, guys.
Off the bat. I bought the new Nintendo 2DS.
All right, this is all on you. All right, I know what you're gonna say.
The black with the
black
blue
and the
trim,
blue. Yeah,
right?
black and the blue trim. It's classy. I like it.
All right, and then they have the Samus Returns, Metroid Samus Returns Special Edition for the new 3DS XL. All right.
Yep.
That one is sold out, but I don't really want that one. I mean, that one sort of had like the orange, like the dull orange, and then sort of bright yellow bottom.
And it had its Samus etched on the back. Yeah.
Yeah, but then
cool.
But when you open it up, it was just black.
Yeah.
It was just a regular Nintendo 3DS. It was kind of dull. Kind of. So they just announced a new Pokemon Pokeball edition for the new Nintendo 2DS XL. Say that 10 times fast.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
It looks like a Pokeball. With like, it looks so awesome. And then when you actually open it up, it's like red inside instead of black.
I'm surprised, Mr. I am not really a Pokemon fan.
Listen, I like Pokemon. I mean, when Pokemon first came out, I was still in high school. Right?
Same.
I was, I don't know, I think I was at like 10th grade. I think I was a sophomore in high
Maybe,
school.
yeah.
Or, no, I take that back. No, I was a freshman in high school when Pokemon came out.
I think it came out like 96, 97 here.
Yeah, I remember when it came out. And I was like, if this was a few years ago, I probably would have been really into it. But at this point, you're in high school, you're trying to be cool. All right, and I was like, I'm not in Pokemon. That's a kid thing. But I got to say, the new 2DS XL Pokeball edition looks awesome.
I mean, it looks cool.
And then they got the one that came out in Europe, the new 2DS XL, the white with orange trim. That's coming out to us too in America. I don't really care about that one. I just want the Pokemon edition.
That's funny. I'm very surprised by that. Like,
I know you would be because as soon as I saw it, I was like, I want that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it looks cool. I'm not saying it doesn't. I would still take the Samus one.
I wasn't gonna buy another console. another 2DS or 3DS.
I wouldn't
But
buy that. I wouldn't buy that for a second. Look,
I'm gonna buy it.
If you had the money, you would buy every single version. I know it. So would I.
No, not really. I mean, the Samus one is okay. I kind of would.
If you had the money, though.
If I was Bill Gates, yes.
If money was no object.
If
right?
money was no object, yes. But money is an object. But I could still afford to buy.
Mm-hmm. You can get one. You can get one.
I get one.
Well,
I'm gonna get the. I can
you
get
get
two.
one, and you already got one.
I can get two. I can get two.
See, which means you could also get the Metroid one.
I can't get three. I can only afford two. My lights need to stay on, and I need to eat.
You sound very daunted right now. I don't know.
I need to
sound
eat.
very daunted.
I need to eat, and the lights need to stay on. I'm sorry. It's just what
All right,
it
fair
is.
enough. Fair enough.
So, all right. We got some release dates. We got Kirby Battle Royale.
Mm-hmm.
I like Kirby games. They come out at the end of a life cycle, like it is now for the 3DS. They actually started out with all the 3DS news. So we got Kirby's
Smart.
Yeah, get the old stuff out the way.
Right,
first,
right.
You got Kirby's Battle Royale. That's coming out January 19th, 2018. Minecraft finally coming out. They said it couldn't run.
They said it couldn't be done.
But it couldn't be done on the old school 3DS.
Right. This will probably be new 3DS exclusive.
New 3DS or
XL,
2DS.
yeah, or whatever
XL
it is, yeah.
exclusive. Yeah, so Minecraft. Kind of dipped off in sales. It was still top 20, right? It was
Which
still
is incredible.
But now that Minecraft is coming to the 2DS and then 3DS, the new 3DS and 2DS, guarantee you Minecraft goes back up to top 10.
Right? You're gonna have all
sold
these
every
kids
month.
buying that version of that game. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane.
look at everybody who has a 2DS and 3DS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I know it's all like the kids. What I want to know is, are they gonna have the crossplay enabled,
Yeah,
or is it gonna be a different version?
That's a big question too.
Right? Because like, if they can do what every other platform can do, PS3, PS4, Xbox, PC, or whatever, if the game world's at the same size, then they can probably do the crossplay.
Well, it's out now.
Mm-hmm.
eShop. Physical version to come at a later date. So I bet you at some point in 2018. And it would still sell. Minecraft is still going to sell.
Oh yeah.
So we got that. You know what? I give Microsoft credit because when he bought Mojang or Mojang, as some people call it.
Mojang.
What was it for? Like $1 billion? They bought it for like $1 billion.
I think so. Yeah.
$2 billion.
Whatever they bought it for was a steal.
People thought that this was going to be sort of like
The death knell. They're gonna kill it.
No, they weren't gonna kill it. No, why would they pay $1 billion?
No, I
to
mean,
kill
in like people are going to be like, I don't want to be on this platform anymore
No,
because now
no,
Microsoft owns it.
No,
That's not it.
No. But people thought it would be Microsoft exclusive,
Right.
and then people said no. It probably is just going to be sort of like something that comes with every Windows game.
Right.
I mean, Windows
system,
computer.
yeah.
To Microsoft's credit, they're porting it to every place they
just
can.
own
get
that.
it.
Yeah,
They need their $1 billion back.
They just own the property. They're like, look, this can be on every single system. It's fine.
But if you want to do crossplay, this is the reason why you can't do crossplay on PS4. You need to have an Xbox Live account.
You do.
So I don't blame somebody for not having crossplay.
But you can do it. You can do it on the iPad. So there you go for that.
Yeah, you can do that.
You can crossplay on the iPad. So.
Another game coming out for 2DS is the top 100 mini games from every Mario Party game. For all 10 Mario Party games.
Right. So this is just a collection of mini games that you can play.
The top 100 out of all the 10 Mario Party games.
Interesting. Okay.
So never really played any of the Mario Party games. I own 2 of them. Only because I found them part of bundles. I didn't go out and actually physically buy them.
I mean, they're good, but they're not good single player.
So yeah, you definitely need you know how I am with co-op play.
Right. Well, this is yeah. So some of the events are co-op, sure.
I think the nice thing about it is only one person needs to own the game, and you can play with 3 other players with 3DSs.
That's a solid move. It's the same thing I did with the old Mario Kart DS. You could have, for multiplayer play at least, you could have up to 7 people, as long as one person owned the cart, and up to 7 other people could play over the wireless network, which was fantastic.
So, a game I'm not really excited about, but you were really excited about.
Well, I mean, it's an RPG, so.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah. Now it's wholly a Nintendo exclusive product. To give you a little bit of backstory on this, Xenoblade started off as Xenosaga, which was made by Squaresoft way back when, for PlayStation 1 in the late 90s, right? So they were like, well, Xenosaga is going to be like a 5-part series. Or, I'm sorry, Xenogears, originally Xenogears, then turned into Xenosaga for PlayStation. And then the game got sold, or the people left, and it kind of morphed into Xenoblade. Xenosaga, I think, was even put out by, like, Namco Bandai. Like, basically everybody left who was on that team. They moved to Namco Bandai to continue the series, and then it slowly migrated over to Nintendo. It is now exclusively on Nintendo. Still put out by Namco Bandai. I think it's still got relatively the same team. But yeah, I'm amped for this. The last one was great. The 3DS games are great.
Well, it's coming out. It's coming out December 1st.
Mm-hmm.
First December game, I think.
Yeah.
I can't think of another game.
Usually November, end of October is when all the big hitters come out, and some stuff will come out early December.
So there was a little people have been a little angry at Nintendo because they think they've shown too much of the game.
Oh my god!
What do you think? They've shown too much of the world and too much of the Xenoblades. Like it's sort of like the correct me if I'm wrong, because I wasn't too excited about the game. I played the second game, Xenoblade Chronicles X, I think it was.
Sure.
On the Wii U.
Sure.
I tried my best to get into it. I played like 3-4 hours.
Not your jam.
Not my jam.
Not your jam.
But in this game, I think the Xenoblades are like, it's like a living world, right? And they're in the back of the living world, something like that, around the lines of that.
Yeah. Like there's this guy who lives on the back of this giant monster. Like that's like kind of his home. Yeah. I mean, I don't think people were wrong in that fact. Like it's like a movie trailer, right? The movie trailer needs to be crafted in a way that gets you interested in the movie, but doesn't reveal all of the big plot points, right? Mm-hmm. A badly cut movie trailer can ruin a movie just by like showing one or two pivotal scenes with a particular actor or character or whatever. I don't think this trailer was that bad. I don't think it was that long. I mean, it got me hyped for it, and I still want to play it. So
I don't. I know I'm going to buy the game.
Mm-hmm.
Only
buy everything
because I have Xenoblade 1 and I have Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Right.
All right. So I'm definitely going to buy this.
Mm-hmm.
I have the Xeno. So I'll probably even get the special edition.
Mm-hmm. Do you have the 3DS?
I didn't even know one came out for the 3DS. One came out for the 3DS?
Yeah.
See, I'm not an RPG guy. I didn't even know that. I got to look that up. I got
you.
So we already know what my pickups of next week is.
Yeah. Look for it on Instagram, folks.
All right. A game I do care about, Snipper Clips. So they got sort of like Snipper Clips 2. It's called Snipper Clips Plus.
Mm-hmm.
If you already own Snipper Clips, you can get the pretty much the second version of Snipper Clips, Snipper Clips Plus. You can download that as DLC.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a physical version coming out November 10th. I'm definitely getting this.
Now you own the digital version already.
I owned the digital version when it first came out.
Yeah.
I played the crap out of that by myself.
Mm-hmm. It's solid as a single player. I did all the demo stuff,
I didn't play with anybody. Maybe it'd probably be a little bit more fun if I played with someone else.
Yeah. Well,
or frustrating.
Well,
if you get the wrong cut.
Right. So. Yeah, it can be a little rough. So now that the physical version's coming out, I'm going to pick this game up. We can definitely play over the net, most definitely.
So we got that. Now the big what happened? We were just like boom, like everyone went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Bethesda. Now we already know Skyrim was coming out.
Yep.
We actually got a release date, November 17th.
Yep.
Okay. That's going to be
another. Now on every device known to man, even your toaster.
Yeah, you get it on iOS, right? It's on your
think
phone,
so.
too.
Yeah, probably.
It's on your phone too.
You can get it in the Play Store.
But what we didn't know was Doom was coming out. Coming out this holiday.
Doom was hinted. Yeah. Doom was hinted, but it wasn't confirmed.
Well, if you actually looked at the trailer closely, you didn't see any glory kills.
Mm-hmm.
They were smart. I mean, I don't know if they're going to have it.
Oh, they have to
in the game.
That was a main mechanic of that game, though.
Yeah, but this is Nintendo.
I know. I think they're gonna have it in there.
Well, they were smart enough at least not to show it in sort of the montage demo,
mm-hmm.
right? The trailer. that was pretty good. Also, I mean, well, first of all, Doom's coming out. I'm getting Doom. 1,000%.
It's fantastic. It was nominated for our Game of the Year last year. Like, it's a fantastic game.
I'm definitely getting Doom. It's a next gen game. We thought it couldn't get ported, right? And don't they have a VR version coming out too?
Supposedly, yeah.
They're still working on that. Yeah. I could have sworn there was a VR version coming out too. Also, you get all the single player and the single player DLC on the cart. And if you want multiplayer, you have to download it. So that's how they get around the storage issue.
Well, there goes your internal memory, folks.
But that's actually a neat way, right? Because I'm never going to play the multiplayer.
Right.
So I don't really care. I don't need all that.
Sure.
I don't need all that space.
Sure.
So.
That's the carts are like 32 gigs, right? Whatever it is.
The carts are 32 gigs, but really 25 gigs worth of space is available.
I see.
All right. So, and I've pretty much used up a lot of it with all the games I have installed, all the digital games.
No. I'm talking about the cart itself, not the internal.
Oh. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the internal. It's only 32. You get 25, and I've used at least half of it with all the digital games.
Yeah. Same.
So that's they get away with that. All right. So we got Doom. That's gonna come out, but they also have Wolfenstein 2 coming out.
A brand new game, cross-platform, all 3 systems in the PC.
October 27th, we know who's going to take the back seat.
Yeah.
There was some debate who's going to be the race to the bottom because we know Mario Odyssey is going to be like the #1 game that day. I would be shocked if Mario didn't win the day.
Right. No, I mean, Mario, I think, is like the game that everyone's kind of gunning for. People were waiting to buy Switches for Mario.
Pretty much.
It's true. It's true. You know, like, so we ended up talking a little bit ago. The 27th is just like Media Blitz Day. As far as games go, Odyssey, Assassin's Creed, Origins, and Wolfenstein 2, The New Order, all AAA titles, all coming out on the same day.
But it's going to be a race to the bottom, right? Who wants to be second that day? Right? Assassin's Creed or Wolfenstein?
That's right.
Now, I said it was going to be neck and neck, to be honest. Was it going to be Assassin's Creed or is it going to be Wolfenstein? I don't think there's any question right now in my mind. I think people are going to say Mario, Assassin's Creed Origins, and we'll wait until Wolfenstein comes out on the Switch to buy.
I'm sure there's going to be some people that hold off on it because, you know.
I know I am.
Wolfenstein on the go? Like, yeah.
I know I am.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm going to get it for the superior platform, which is PC, so, you know, there's no question about it. I don't even... First-person shooters, and I'm just going to say this, like, straight up. First-person shooters, I love playing on the PC, first and foremost.
You do. You
know,
had Wolfenstein up before we started recording.
I know. I was getting the story mode, banging out some missions.
All right, I just think a lot of people are going to be like me. Look, we're shocked that it's coming out for the Switch, and we're going to buy it for the Switch.
I was very surprised. This is definitely a left field situation for me.
So look at Bethesda stepping up and putting out games on the Switch.
Developers take notice.
Yeah, them, Capcom, because Capcom has Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2. They've already put out Street Fighter. God knows how many games they have in development that they haven't announced yet.
I think you know, Capcom's testing the waters with these games, and I think next year they're going to come out in full force.
I mean, come on, man. There's no excuse. If they can have Wolfenstein 2, a new gen game, a current generation game on the Switch, there's no excuse why I can't have Far Cry 5.
Right? No, and they totally should. Ubisoft 2018 fall Switch version.
I mean, I know Ubisoft put out Mario Rabbids, but that's an exclusive game.
It is.
Right?
And it's Mario Rabbids is great, and if that's what Ubisoft's going to do, keep doing that. But if we can also get Far Cry 5, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'm sorry, EA. 20 different versions of FIFA is not going to work.
I know, right? It's going to be the same game, except I'm like, no asterisk.
If NBA 2K18 could be out on the Switch,
complete,
I think NBA Live should be out on the Switch as well.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
All right, whatever. So we got some Amiibo announcements. We got the Champions Amiibo the Zelda. That's coming out November 11th.
Just release date confirmed on that stuff.
Yeah, I definitely want that.
Of course, I'm gonna get them too. Just add them to the collection.
We have another. We actually have another exclusive game. First of all, let me just say, Nintendo. There was some controversy over the exclusivity, exclusive use under the Nintendo's Indie Direct, right?
Right, and we know, we kind of lambasted. You lambasted.
I did.
Certainly Microsoft during the E3 convention. 42 exclusive games. Yeah,
exclusive launch, exclusive console, and Nintendo
exclusive trailer at E3. It was a little liberal.
And Nintendo was guilty of that too.
Yeah,
but this game is actually exclusive to the Switch, and that will be Project Octopath Traveler. That's like a pixel art with CG, but they're calling it HD 2D.
Right. Yeah, it's weird. I think the characters are actual 2D sprites that like flip and move, but the game world is 3D.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's like a action RPG, I think.
The demo's out now. I drunkenly tried to play the demo, which didn't work.
It never ends well.
Because you got to do a lot of reading.
Yeah,
I wasn't in the mood to do a lot of reading. So I just went back and played ARMS, which is fantastic, by the way. Just as a side note, ARMS is fantastic.
Yeah.
Very underrated game. It's a game that you got to start off, easy and work your way up the difficulty so you can learn how to use the ARMS. Anyway, I just thought I'd say that.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest Builders. It's coming out spring 2018. Kirby Star. Allies, Kirby Star Allies, right?
Kirby Star Allies, right? Which is 4-player co-op, which is kind of awesome.
And that's coming out spring 2018. And we have LA Noire. Good release.
Surprise!
November 14th.
Yeah. Actually coming out on the Switch, updated version. I think new content for the game. PlayStation also getting a VR version of this.
Honestly, I think that's the version I'm gonna get. I heard a lot about like when you're talking to people, you want to like see if they're lying and stuff like that, right? I never played LA Noire.
Oh,
you told me about it.
You were in for a treat.
You told me about it like an episode in the 30s, like
do not sleep on LA Noire. Yeah. I mean it. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a tiny little bit of history. We're gonna go off on a tangent slightly because this game, by all means, should have just never come out. And I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
I believe Studio Marin, I think, an Australian, New Zealand studio, I think it was Australian studio, was the one who originally worked on this game. And apparently things weren't really going so well. Like half the devs left or got fired or whatnot. A new studio came in to kind of finish the game and push it out. And universally critically acclaimed across the board. Sales were great for the game, but basically like the whole studio I think kind of folded after that, and it's like, well, looks like that's the end of that, right? So Rockstar published it. This Australian studio put it out, which I think may have been like a subsidiary of Rockstar, and it was just like, well, I guess that's it. I guess they're not going to make a second one. They're going to make it whatever. And here we have LA Noire for the Switch and VR content for PlayStation. So yeah, I would probably say play it on the PlayStation VR because you're right. There's a lot of, basically it's a detective game. You are a detective. You work for 4 different branches. You work for the arson team and you work for the murder squad or whatever that official name is for it and whatnot. You start off with like traffic violations is like your first thing, and you kind of work your way up. But yeah, you have to interrogate. You have to interrogate the different what's the word? Bystanders, witnesses.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me out there.
You gotta interview the bystanders. You interrogate the bystanders.
What? There's people that are bystanding around. The witnesses. You have to interrogate the witnesses and figure out by their like facial tics and whatnot if they're telling the truth or not, or if they're like lying, which is great. And you can kind of bring people in and like grill them in the police station.
You can look at their facial expressions, see if they're lying.
Exactly. It's great all around.
That's a VR. That's a game that I want to play on VR.
Not
the Switch.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good time.
Also, actually, another thing, I speculated about maybe we'll hear something about the Virtual Console.
No news yet.
No news about the Virtual Console, but they did have Arcade Archives. Which was a little weird because I thought this was going to be the Virtual Console, but it's sort of like Namco Museum. They released a game with like a bunch of different arcade games.
Right.
Or
little like
ports.
compilation and whatnot.
Yeah, so this will be the same thing. It's available on the 27th. You'll have the Mario Brothers game. You have like Super
like the
Punch-Out.
old school Mario before the
Yeah.
Super, before they were Super.
Yeah, and you have like Super Punch Out arcade game. You have the original Mario game. You have Balloon Fight, stuff like that.
That old chestnut?
Yeah.
Might as well put Urban Champion on there.
Just my all-around thoughts. What I take from the Direct is Nintendo is back. We have actual third-party games, first-party releases. We have their home console. We have their handheld console, and their home console is sort of a handheld console too, which everyone's excited for. This is like Nintendo is back. This is the first time since like the GameCube ever, and even because I don't think it was so much in the N64, Super Nintendo ever, where I'm excited for games that are coming out on all three platforms.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. They the Wii was weak. If they even got a cross-platform game, it was a weird port. It was all over the place. And same with the Wii U, if they even got anything on the Wii U.
And my E3 prediction was correct. I just took a little bit longer to find out that there is going to be a Mario Odyssey bundle.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I knew there was going to be a Mario. There had to be. So
Eventually, yeah.
So they were saving the two red Joy-Cons for a Mario.
Of course.
Which is kind of stupid, right? Like,
why?
I think it should have been.
You wanted to be red and green? There is no Luigi in the game, I don't think, as a playable character.
That we know of.
Well,
it should be. He's probably DLC, watch.
Oh, he's probably going to be a costume for Mario, which is even worse.
Well, it should have been more than just the Joy-Cons. It should have been the back of the Switch, or maybe the Switch dock should have had like a Mario theme to it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean that's like typically what they've been doing is like little side. We haven't seen a full-on branded custom version yet. It's really just like with the two side Joy-Cons.
You know what I would have loved? I would have loved if it was like sort of the dock was like Mario in the pipe with the plunger.
Oh, that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah, but but Mario in the pipe with the plunger is not going to happen. You know why? Because Nintendo has recently said he's no longer a plumber.
Oh my God! Take note of that segue, folks.
Woo!
That's a home run out of the park.
Woo!
Yes, Mario.
Got to beat him. Get to beat a man. You got to beat the man.
Oh my God! There you go.
How you like that one?
I love it.
They came off the fly too.
I love it.
I wasn't playing.
It's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah, Mario
is no longer a plumber.
No longer a plumber. That was his profession. I mean,
before that, when he was Jumpman, he was a carpenter because that was Mario.
Yeah.
He was a carpenter, and just like other people, he changed professions. You know, he took his, he's an Italian guy from Brooklyn, so he decided to be a plumber.
Hopefully they don't lose the Goombas. Hopefully however much racist as they are, I still love the Goombas. They have a special place in my heart.
Let's not lose the pipes.
Right?
Because there was the whole thing. He's a plumber. He went down the pipe.
Exactly. Yeah, he was a plumber from Brooklyn who got sucked down a pipe and then went into this weird fantasy world.
But now he is just various sports guy, right? He changed professions again.
Sure.
Right? I mean, he is now swimming in Mario Odyssey without a shirt on. He has nipples.
He's got this blew up the internet.
Yeah, Mario's
oh my
nipples.
Gosh. Yeah. He's like the Kim Kardashian to the video game world.
He has no chest hair.
That's ridiculous.
So
right?
He's not Magnum PI.
Well, I see. If he was on the Xbox One X, they'd be able to render all that chest hair. That's the problem.
Well, you know what? Everyone is questioning. He has a thick mustache, but no chest hair.
Obviously, he's doing a little. He's doing a little manscaping. He's doing a little manscaping.
He waxes the chest in the areolas for Princess Peach. She likes it. She likes
there
it
you
smooth.
Go. There you go.
With the hairy face.
All right.
Just saying. That's what everyone is saying. I'm just repeating what other people are saying.
I will say this though. I'm pretty sure I would bet money on this that Mario has had more jobs than any other video game character in video game history. Think about it. He's been a chef. He's been a doctor. He's been a plumber. He's been a carpenter. He's been a basketball player, a baseball player. He's been a triathlete. He's been a football. No, hasn't done football in the soccer sense.
He's a referee.
He's been a referee. I'll Punch Out.
Yeah. Mario's been everything.
I know, like Nathan Drake. How many jobs has he had? One, treasure hunter.
I'm sure he's had odd jobs before he was a treasure
Well,
hunter.
even still, even if he worked at McDonald's before he ended up
obviously
going on his
played,
own.
You obviously haven't played Uncharted
He
4.
worked at McDonald's as a teenager. There you go.
You obviously haven't played Uncharted 4.
I haven't played Uncharted 4.
He was unemployed.
Oh shit! Well, that's not a job. That's the opposite of a job.
So he became a thief.
That's the opposite of the job. Desmond Miles from Assassin's Creed was a bartender, and whatever he was doing with Little Resistance team. Yeah, 2 jobs.
Yeah, you can suck it, Sonic. You've had no job.
Yeah, right. What is it? Sonic's one job is to go fast
and eat chili dogs for free.
There you go.
No one. He hasn't. I have yet to see him pay for one of those chili dogs.
I know what's going on.
Anyway, so the Switch is doing phenomenal, and it's going to go crazy. I think they're going to sell crazy Switches when Mario finally comes out.
Uh-huh.
All right, but not everyone has been high on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Pokemon Company CEO thought the Switch would be a failure.
Well,
He thought the success of smartphones would kill out actual dedicated handhelds.
mm-hmm.
Boy, was he wrong.
Yeah.
And this is why we don't have, and this is why for launch they didn't have a working Pokemon game, because he thought it would be a failure.
Right, and they're like, nah, let's go ahead and see how this does for us.
Just like everyone else thought the Switch is going to be a failure. And you know what?
Well,
you know what? I got to say this. I have to go.
No,
off.
go ahead, because I got some thoughts,
I got to
too.
go off script. All right. Hashtag Colin was wrong. I'm sorry. Colin Moriarty, formerly of IGN, formerly of Kind of Funny. I love him to death. He's a Long Islander.
I know.
You guys, what you two have in common?
Hometown hero.
He thought, he made this whole thing about how Nintendo was failing and they shouldn't put out consoles anymore, and that this wouldn't sell. Boy, was he wrong.
Yeah, but and definitely
he said third parties weren't going to support this because it's underpowered, and we're getting Doom. We're getting
well,
Wolfenstein,
Nintendo did do a lot of things behind the scenes. Well, Skyrim's a 7-year-old game. You know, Skyrim's ancient. Literally and figuratively in the game world. Like, you know, I mean, you're right. We're seeing it now. Nintendo did a lot behind the scenes to get developers on board, right? They had to, because the Wii was poor with third-party support, unless you wanted shovelware games.
Well,
the Wii U was horrible with third-party support, right? The 3DS was pretty good with third-party support. I mean, they had a decent amount of games for it. So when you look at that track record, like, that's what I was going off. I was like, well, what are they going to do to get the third-party companies back? What are they going to get Ubisoft? Well, Ubisoft was already in bed with them, but like Capcom,
but Ubisoft,
or Bethesda.
Ubisoft sort of scaled back, right?
A little bit. You're right.
They put out a bunch of Wii U games that didn't sell.
Right.
Who they then sort of ported, like I think like Zombie U was Ubisoft, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It was Zombie U sort of was ported to now Xbox and PlayStation. Right? Just Zombie.
Right.
So, but they did work with developers on the side because, and you can. I'm not gonna get into the tech specs. You can look at Review Tech USA on YouTube. Awesome channel. He sort of gets into in two different YouTube shows of how like Nintendo worked with Bethesda to put certain software, and you put more RAM into the Switch.
Right. They're like, look, for us to make games in the system, it needs to be this.
In Capcom, yeah.
Right. And we ended up we talked about that.
Well, we talked about the Capcom one recently. He talked about Bethesda and what they needed to have Doom play on the Switch. So they had to talk to Bethesda ahead of time in the development of the Switch.
That's key. You know, listen to the third party, get the feedback. The one thing I'll say about this Pokemon guy's quote is that only certain games work on handheld, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you want to put a shooter game out there like a shmup, that works well. You want to do like a match 3 puzzle game, that'll work well. You want to put a platformer on there, you want to put a fighting game on there, you gotta have a controller, right?
Yeah.
And that's where the Switch excels. It's got actual controllers, analog sticks, actual buttons on there. You know, it makes a world of difference.
I got to say this as a side note. I forgot to say this when we were talking about Metroid. When you're playing Metroid on the 3DS, please put a patch in so I can use the gamepad.
Oh.
Because sometimes when you want to make certain, I understand you can shoot diagonal now, right? But please put it where I can change it to where I can control Samus with the gamepad with the gamepad.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing when it comes to the Switch. When you want to use games, like certainly like fighting games,
You want the option.
I want the option of using the gamepad and not the actual
analog
joystick,
stick.
not the analog stick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you need a Pro controller.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you need a Pro controller, and they need to have like a Joy-Con, a left Joy-Con that has a game that sort of has a pad on it.
Right.
They have to put out that later on.
Right.
Or maybe we'll get a third party one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We probably wouldn't get HD Rumble.
Right.
That's proprietary to Nintendo.
Right.
But we need a gamepad. I'm just saying, I'm sorry. I need a gamepad. So when Metroid Metroid Prime 4 comes out, I need to play with a gamepad. So I need to play with the Pro controller.
There you go.
That's why that's why I use the Switch mostly as a home console, and I don't take it with me because I just can't stand using the Joy-Con.
I hear you
that way for certain games.
Yeah,
certain games like racing games and fighting, like Street Fighter. I was playing Street Fighter recently. I play docked TV mode so I can use the gamepad.
Right.
So, all right, let's move on. Nintendo Switch was sorry, CEO of the Pokemon guy. The Switch was the best-selling console of August.
Oh, hold up. Hold the presses.
I don't know why we need to hold up. I
mean,
you know
hold the presses.
You know what? You're right. Hold the presses.
Best-selling console of August. Which means.
You're right. Which means
I believe.
I am shocked too. I'm shocked that anybody can find the Switch.
I believe the PlayStation and PlayStation 4 Pro are consoles, are they not? Sorry, Sony.
That's one SKU.
Take a seat to the king, baby.
That's one. Whatever, you Xbox fanboy. That's one SKU, by the way. It's just PS4s. They don't.
So it's even worse then.
They don't separate.
So it's even worse. They have two different versions out.
Neither does Microsoft,
and nobody wants them.
Neither does Microsoft. Okay, and Microsoft is not even on the list. They sold like 20,000.
Well, they would be third in this list because there's only three consoles.
They're actually not third in the list.
They
actually.
How is that possible? There's only three consoles.
More 2DSs sold than Xbox
That's not a console.
One.
That's a handheld.
It's still a console.
No, it's different.
It counts as a console.
It's different. It's a handheld. Console. No, I'm sorry. You've made differentiations between that before.
No, I haven't.
Yes.
No, I haven't. I have not.
Look,
go back and go back in the other 85 and a half episodes. I never did that.
I'm not trying to defend Microsoft by any means, but let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah, Microsoft
consoles are consoles.
They're not even on the list.
No, 3DS, 2DS doesn't count. I'm sorry, that's a handheld system.
Then you know what? Then Xbox is not even on the list. It sold nothing.
No, Xbox is a console. It's third on the list.
And it sold nothing.
All right. Anyway,
there were more PC.
Anyway,
Steam boxes sold than
Xbox
One.
Anyway, the point is, Sony, take a seat. The new king in town. The new king in town is Nintendo.
Somebody's going to be very disappointed when Xbox One X's aren't number one.
They're all sold out. They're all sold out already, and they hasn't even come out yet.
The Scorpio edition is sold out.
Nonetheless,
you can still get an Xbox One X.
All right. They're all sold out by now, I bet.
Somebody.
I guarantee all the pre-orders are sold out by now.
Somebody's gonna be very disappointed when.
Well, I don't have any stock in the company. I could care less.
He's gonna be very disappointed.
Nintendo's on top right now.
He's just happy that.
That's all.
He's just happy that Sony's not on top, even though they're still the leader right now of this generation.
What Nintendo? No, we're talking about right now, and Nintendo's on top.
This generation is still dominated by PS4.
Your team is taking an L. Sit down, LeBron. It's Golden State's time to step up.
Listen. LeBron still has rings. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not even a LeBron fan. Stop making me a LeBron fan. I hate LeBron. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's stick with the Switch.
Now,
we talked about it last episode 2 weeks ago.
I believe so,
There was some code in there that talked about Switch VR.
They had some flags for, VR on, VR off, or whatever it is. A couple different variables in there. People were speculating, maybe they're looking to build in VR support later. Maybe it's in there in some fashion. It's not ready yet. So now they're basically putting the kibosh on it.
Reggie, the president.
Reggie's putting the kibosh on it.
Yeah, Reggie of Nintendo America pretty much said, the problem with VR is that there are a lot of experiences, but they're not actually fun experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think he's just saying, hey, look, just relax. Let's not talk about VR, because we know for a fact, this is okay, maybe we don't know for a fact, but we know.
You're speaking for yourself right here.
We know that there has to be an R&D with VR right now. They're testing it out. They probably will never
experimenting with it for sure. Yeah,
they are experimenting, trying to get to where they think it could be actually fun.
I mean, I don't think he's wrong by any means, because there are people who just can't do VR. They get sick from it and whatever. It's just not, or even like, you know, doing it for an extended period of time, right?
Yeah.
You know, you can play maybe a half an hour, maybe an hour, and then you got to take the headset off and kind of breathe a little bit, get back to the real world. Like, I don't really get affected by it that much. I could probably rock VR all day, but I think I'm an outlier in that situation, so. You know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, we're certainly going to be tracking this, and you know, if anything new comes up, we'll definitely let you know.
Well, we'll definitely discuss it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think they're working on a VR system. Will it come out? Probably not. And I'm sure they've learned from the Virtual Boy not to put out something crappy.
Yeah, you know, seriously.
Not to rush it to market like
they were,
because they rushed that to market.
They did.
So.
They did. They didn't have the money to put 3 different colors in there, so it was just red and. The thing was just god awful. You couldn't use it for more than a couple minutes.
Sega Saturn was rushed out. PlayStation was out, so they wanted to have something out before the N64.
Right.
Which, oddly enough, I didn't know that N64 technology was first pitched to Sega.
Oh wow!
So we could have had a Sega 64, but they were already in the works on a Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
And they pretty much said, no, this is not going to work. And that was a Japan call.
Mm-hmm.
Sega of America was like, the Saturn is just too hard to develop for. We got this new technology, the 64, you know, the 64-bit machine. We should pretty much take a look at this. And Japan said no.
Wow.
And then he said, you know what? Nintendo may be interested. You should take it, because he believed in it.
Yeah.
Only if they would, how history would have changed. Only if they would have just listened. To Sega, the president of Sega of America.
I know.
It's a side bit. All right. Reggie also said to not buy SNES Classics from scalpers, because they will be in stock. They will have a lot more stock than they did the NES Classics.
Mm-hmm. I think this goes to everything. If you can help it, don't buy from scalpers.
Yeah.
For anything. Concert tickets, video games, NES Classics.
Whoa!
If you can help it,
you never know when you might want to sell some tickets.
Well, I know, but you sell them at face value. You don't sell them for triple the price.
Maybe a little something off.
All right, $10 over face value.
So,
keep it fair.
So Reggie says don't buy from scalpers. So I'm gonna trust Reggie. Reggie, don't let me down. I was really gonna pay $200 bundle at Geek Think next time.
Think Geek.
Think Geek. Geek Think. You know, because I'm thinking geeky.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to listen to Reggie and wait for SNES Classics to come in. Well, first of all, it's not even out yet.
I mean, look, yeah. It's pre-orders, right? Pre-orders are sold out. A first round of pre-orders sold out, right? When it drops on the 29th.
I don't think there'll be a second round of pre-orders.
I'm not, well, no, okay, fine. Yeah. So the pre-orders are done, right? You can get a pre-order, take the L, it's fine, right? They're dropping on the 29th. You know, they're going to sell out like instantly, sure, but there's going to be more in stock. Just wait it out.
Okay. Also, he also said that NES Classics will be back in stock next summer.
This is surprising. You know, they said limited time. It's not going to be any more. That's it. It's done. And now it's coming back.
Well, look, they took their metrics from all those Sega mini systems and all of those Atari
flashback consoles and whatnot, yeah.
All made by third parties, not made by first party.
No, they're all made by Act Games, basically.
Yeah,
all the second ones.
And they're all trash quality. So Nintendo put something out of quality, right? And of course it's going to sell. It's Nintendo, right? Sega, take notice when you take control of your own IP. All right, so I'm not mad that NES Classics will be in stock. I mean, it's not. They should have had a better. They shouldn't have taken the metrics from At Games in those systems.
But they should have. I think they should have realized 2 months after it was out here in America that those things sound like hotcakes.
I know, but they were focused on a Switch that didn't come out yet. Right?
You're true. I mean, they only have so many production houses.
And they knew they had like 6 other versions of the 2DS that they wanted to put out.
Right. Yeah. Right? So they were definitely stretched a little thin in the amount of production lines that they had available. I mean, I'll give you that. But
They shouldn't have said it was limited.
right,
They should have just said it's coming out, and we'll discuss, if it comes out again. in the
right.
future.
We may have plans in the future to re-release it. It looked like to everybody that it wasn't coming out, so everyone was buying it overpriced. You brought it overpriced. I bought it overpriced.
Well, think about it, we didn't buy it super overpriced.
I know we
Just
got
double.
it. We got it just about double.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
which was okay. So I'm upset, but then happy at the same time. So good on Nintendo for now trying to make good.
All right. So one thing that was missing from the Nintendo Direct was any mention of any type of achievement or trophy systems.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have any for the Wii or the Wii U or the 3DS.
There wasn't a system.
No, there wasn't anything on the OS that was like universally, system wide achievement system.
Well, before the Nintendo Direct, on a Reddit AMA, the team, what was that? The team behind Lynch Spear.
Spear, yeah.
All right, that's coming to the Switch. A guy named Tom, team member Tom, sort of accidentally let the cat out of the bag.
Via Twitter.
He says Nintendo doesn't have official support for achievements or leaderboards like Sony or Microsoft, but we know they're working on it. And then he said, "Oops," and that that Nintendo hinted a few times to that. So he basically knows that they're all working on some type of achievement system,
right?
Which makes sense. I don't know why Nintendo. This should have been Nintendo should have been the first to have like an achievement.
I know,
system.
right? They did have the Mii's and all that, and the little custom avatars, which Microsoft kind of quickly aped. But yeah, I mean, this is like kind of a no-brainer. Like it gets people engaged in continuing to play your system, which is what you want.
And so I'm sure that they'll announce it when they announce sort of their online service, right? But I thought it would be fun just to. Microsoft has achievements. Sony has trophies. What would Nintendo's sort of leaderboards be?
Medallions. I got you.
Medallions.
There'd be medallions. No. I don't know. I'm just off the cuff.
No,
coins. They have coins. Gold coins.
They already had gold coins.
Oh,
you get points every time you register the game. Yeah. No, this is what I think. This is what they're gonna have. You either how many Marios do you have?
Oh my god!
How many Luigis do you have?
Oh, Luigi's are the silver trophies, I bet.
How many Toads?
Oh my god, no!
That's
gonna be classier than that.
That's the bronze.
It's gonna be classier than that.
I'm gonna be like, you know what? I got 57,000 Marios. How many Marios do you have?
I don't know. I mean, it'll be something along the lines of whatever trophies or points or
they probably keep
medallions.
They probably keep it simple. Leaderboards. You have you got gold, platinum, silver, gold, bronze, just like the Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't call it trophies because that's already coined, but they'll just leaderboards. You got the gold. You got gold.
Well, I mean, like achievement. The achievement system, Microsoft is all points, right?
Yeah, Microsoft is all achievement points.
Sony's the one that does like the gold, silver, bronze
trophies, though. But they do trophies.
Well, right. So like each achievement,
I have one platinum trophy and like 700 gold trophies.
So getting a platinum trophy means you got all of the trophies in that particular game.
You 100% at the game.
Right. Yeah. So you can only see that in the Microsoft achievements if you go into someone's profile and see how much of the game they completed. Yeah. So you can't just see it by the score alone, which is interesting. What I want to know is. Are they gonna retroactively add achievements to other games? And am I gonna get those? You don't think Breath of the Wild isn't gonna get achievements backlog to it? They're gonna get achievements.
All right, for games on
Mario Kart 8, they're gonna get achievements.
For games on a Switch.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, for games on a Switch, maybe.
Is it? I mean, so you're saying it's also gonna be? You think it's gonna be in the 3DS too?
No. For games on a Switch, only for games on a Switch.
Well, what other games would there be besides the 3DS?
Well, I'm saying 3DS.
Well, yeah.
Wii U was online.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, no. Wii U's done. Wii U's done.
But you can still probably have Wii U trophies, achievements.
Well, no. Like, the only reason I'm saying Zelda...
I'm completing Bayonetta 1, man. I want my achievements for Bayonetta 1.
That ain't gonna happen.
I'm playing.
Oh, I know, and there certainly should be, but
Wii U's online.
No,
they can see the metadata.
Right.
They can see how many hours I put in the Wii U, how many blood, sweat, and tears I put into Bayonetta. I don't know. We'll see.
Uh-huh.
But speaking of Bayonetta,
Uh-huh.
I am playing Bayonetta 1. I got like 4 more chapters to beat.
Uh-huh.
After that, I'll periodically go to play Bayonetta 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start my save over. I got like a quarter of the way in, but that was a long time ago.
Right,
when the game
right.
first came
You
out.
forget all the story.
I forget
whatever story they have.
I forgot all the story. I have no idea what was happening.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember. But there's a rumor that Bayonetta 3 is coming out. Creative Bayonetta 3 teases sequel on Twitter. A fan asked him about Bayonetta. I forgot what he asked him. I don't have the tweet in front of me. And he pretty much said, just wait for it in Bayonetta 3.
Right.
So, the question is Bayonetta 3 cross-platform? Will this be, because it was a Switch exclusive?
It is
when it came out.
It was a Wii U exclusive.
I mean, a Wii U exclusive.
Yeah,
sorry.
the reason it's not going to be anywhere else is nobody else really. I don't know. I guess the sales weren't that great. Microsoft and Sony weren't really like gung ho about on the Bayonetta.
It was critically. I mean, Bayonetta 1 got a lot of fanfare. Mm-hmm. But there was no talk of Bayonetta 2 until Nintendo stepped in
and they're like, look, we want Bayonetta 2, but it's got to be exclusively on our system.
Yeah.
And Sega said yes.
Yeah. So and I'm sure they put up the money for the development of Bayonetta 2.
Right, exactly. So that's why I think Bayonetta 3 is going to be Switch exclusive. Yeah.
It could be Switch exclusive. It could be next fall's sort of like.
I hope it's Switch exclusive. I hope it's coming out fall 2018. That'd be awesome.
All right, that'd be cool. Not timed exclusive like my Xbox games.
Oh God, yeah, no. Listen, they still have 20 some odd exclusive games. All right, so it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
What was
how many PlayStation 4 exclusive games are coming out this fall?
That doesn't mean anything.
You don't know exactly, and the answer is zero.
How many come in first quarter?
Zero.
How many?
That doesn't matter. What are you gonna go play right now for the holiday season?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
which I haven't beat. A game
that came out last March or April.
Okay, yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna play that.
You know what? I'm gonna go play Cuphead and the rest of the exclusive games.
You're gonna play that one
that are
game.
On Microsoft.
One game, Cuphead. That's the only game that people care about.
It's the only
exclusive game people care about.
No, all right, that's fine. You tell yourself what you want to tell yourself.
Other than Cuphead,
that's
name
perfectly
5
fine.
others.
You're not going to put me on the spot right now.
because you don't know.
you have zero, so there you go.
That's fine.
You can't even name any because there's none.
I'm playing Knack 2, baby.
Oh, congratulations.
Good.
Congratulations. That's your one game.
I bet you it has a better Metacritic score than Cuphead.
That's your one game. Well, we don't know until the game comes out, so we'll see.
Okay. You know where you may not be able to buy. Cuphead's digital.
Yes.
You know where you may not be able to buy Knack 2.
I think it's eventually going to come out on physical. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
You know where you won't be able to buy Knack 2? Maybe.
Can I take a stab at that?
No, because you already know. Actually, Toys R Us.
Oh, there you go.
Well, listen, F.A.O. Schwartz went bankrupt, went out of business, right? And I remember going to F.A.O. Schwartz.
They came back though.
They came back.
I think so.
I don't remember them.
I think they ended up coming back after their bankruptcy. Somebody bought them out, maybe.
So I don't know any. I can't tell you where is F.A.O. Schwartz in Manhattan.
Well, they only had the one store.
Yeah, and they're gone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're back, or they came back.
Anyway, Toys R Us is going to be filing for bankruptcy.
Mm.
They were like $5 billion in debt.
Oh my God!
What was that number? It's a crazy number.
Ugh.
That you can't come back from that.
No.
What number was that? Yeah, $5 billion. They currently owe $5 billion, and $400 million is due next year.
Mm-hmm. Do you
that's
know?
ridiculous.
Do you know how many bikes and trains in video games the biggest toy store there is would have to sell in order to get back in the black?
If they had some Switches in stock,
they could make it
some
back
NES
quick.
Classics on bundle.
There you go. Yeah.
It was a Jerry Giraffe stuffed animals.
Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
That's close. It's close.
Whatever.
Jeffrey.
That was close. I didn't
Jeffrey
call him Michael.
I know you didn't. No, you didn't. Yeah, I think this may be the death knell for Toys R Us. Sadly.
Oh, come on, that's sad. Where am I gonna buy the toys from? Where kids gonna buy the toys from? Best Buy. They don't sell toys.
Dude, buy them from Amazon.com, which is gonna take over the world.
Amazon. You know what? Maybe if Amazon can buy Toys R Us, this will be their way into having actual physical stores that actually matter because all the Amazon stores suck.
Well, they have Amazon bought Whole Foods, so they have them now.
They did.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
wow.
they're already putting Amazon products in their store. You can buy Amazon Alexa and the Echoes and all that, or Amazon Echo. Yeah.
I mean, you could buy like food from Amazon. Is that like from Whole Foods?
I don't know if they have it the other way just yet. They may be getting organic products on there. I mean, they have a couple, I think.
Well, this is their way to sell toys and stuff.
Hey, someone's probably gonna pick them up. You think, right?
Someone to buy.
Someone's gonna buy the
Somebody's
assets and all that.
Yeah, Amazon would be the logical choice.
Mm-hmm. What I would say though, like keep an eye out because there's probably gonna be some games on clearance, liquidation prices.
Oh yeah. All right, let's talk about Microsoft. Since you're a Microsoft fanboy and all undercover.
Oh,
right?
Go ahead.
So they actually did an update. Xbox One will actually get keyboard and mouse support. It's definitely coming.
I could care less.
What?
Wait. I could care less.
Wait.
I wouldn't say anything if it came out on PlayStation either. Mouse and keyboard is for the PC.
Rewind. The number one Microsoft Xbox fanboy in the world.
Doesn't matter. It's just a useless feature.
You don't care about mouse and keyboard.
It's a useless feature. Games are designed to be played on the controller.
I know.
And that's the experience they have. It's a sit down game on the couch, right?
With your mouse and keyboard.
You don't have a table.
You could use your couch as your mouse pad.
Yeah, see, it's just no. See, it already sounds horrible. I want to relax. I want to lay down with my controller and play my game.
You can lay down and just have like your mouse and your keyboard in front of you.
Look,
as you play Halo.
Good on Microsoft for adding support.
They're trying to blur the lines of
it's never
console
gonna
and PC.
It's never gonna take off that way. It's
really?
Never gonna take. I just don't think so. Like. The PC is a different experience, right? You're almost guaranteed to be at a table that has a hard surface, where we're sitting right now. I have my keyboard here and I have my mouse here. You know,
I'm shocked.
You need that service. You need that flat table.
I am shocked at your stance. I thought you would be more into this.
I put it in the show notes. You should have read that.
I did not read. I try not to read your reaction.
You want to get alive. This is Dan Robinson, uncensored reactions. Right? Does not have any prior knowledge of my opinions on this.
I try not to look at your opinions.
Okay, fair enough. Well, there you go.
Wow, I'm shocked at that.
So are you okay? So Mr. Console Gamer hates PCs.
I don't hate PCs.
Yeah,
every chance
you get.
This year I will start my journey.
Whatever. Look. Until you have a box ready to go and we're playing multiplayer online, I don't want to hear it.
Whatever.
But Mr. Console Lover over here, are you actually going to go out and get mouse and keyboard and play Wolfenstein? Say
no. I have mouse and keyboard for my Dreamcast.
Yeah, but that's different. Like, what do you use that for? Typing of the Dead? That's it.
How's this?
It's a crafted experience for that one particular game. There's like no other games that support the keyboard.
I have my mouse for my Super Nintendo.
Which is crafted for that one game, Mario Paint.
I have my mouse for my PlayStation 1.
Yeah, I know, which is weird. There's like very few games that support that. It's very rare, by the way.
I'll be honest, I don't really care.
See, there you go. Thank you.
If they have an official Xbox mouse and keyboard, I'll buy it.
Well, I mean, it'd be nice to have for sure, branded and all that, but it's just, I don't think a lot of people are going to be using it.
All right. So let's go with the last news story. Mm-hmm. Blizzard is actually opening their own eSports arena in LA.
Now, big win for eSports.
This is a big win for gaming in general.
Yes.
In the mainstream.
Yes.
I mean, we're talking about going to the Olympics and what games should and should not be played in the Olympics.
In 2024, yeah.
But them open up, they sell out the Staples Center when they do like a
StarCraft thing, or whatever, yeah.
and or the Wizards and Warriors, and I don't know. What do you geeks play?
Wizards and World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
They don't really have tournaments for World of Warcraft, but StarCraft certainly, Overwatch, any of the first-person shooter games are big.
But I think this
real-time strategy. Yeah,
I think this is big. Now,
League of Legends.
When we first talked about it, when we first saw the story. You weren't that high on it. I was really high on it. Has your opinion changed on it?
I mean, it's good. It's certainly a good thing. They're gonna have like Blizzard exclusively in the U.S. All of their tournaments will be at this new LA arena.
Well, look, they're not going to be tournaments every day.
No,
for
no.
Blizzard games. However, I think they can use this. They can go a step further. I mean,
They could certainly have concerts, right?
yeah, they could have concerts.
Okay.
Right? Especially like techno concerts and raves and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I'm taking it a step further than just concerts. Think about Evo. Evo every year, it's in like July, super hot in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's in Las Vegas.
Right.
They can move this to LA.
They could.
Right? Where there's a lot more stuff, a lot more things to do, in my opinion, my humble opinion. And if you ever see those Evo tournaments, they're like in small auditoriums.
Right.
Compared to they could be in a big arena playing
Specifically designed for
games.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Uh-huh.
So I think that would be totally awesome.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
Personally. And then you never know. CES may change and do it here in LA.
PlayStation Experience?
PlayStation Experience in
Could
LA.
be.
We can
Yeah.
have a lot more gaming conventions.
Yeah.
In LA.
And to roundabout answer your question, yeah, I'm definitely more hyped for this now. You know, Blizzard's behind it. They're going to do it right.
Hey, and then think about it. E3, right? Is Blizzard even at E3? Like in the actual show floor? Because they can have their own thing. I don't know how far this will be from.
They could.
I don't know how far this will be from where they have E3 out in LA. But they can have their own E3 press conferences in their own auditorium.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
in their own stadium. So I think this is actually a good thing. This is big for gaming. This is the next step for gaming to get even bigger and go mainstream. So, all right, that was a lot of news. We doubled up on the news than normal. So I think we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to get into our double convo of the week.
And we're back. In our first convo of the week, Pewdiepie, as we all know and love.
Do we have to talk about him?
Well, yes, because he's in a bit of hot water yet again. Basically, for people who don't know, PewDiePie used a racial slur during a live stream of Playerunknowns Battleground, I believe. PUBG, as people in the know like to call it. He used probably one of the worst, if not the worst, racial slurs.
Well, slur, well, not plural.
Slur, yeah.
Singular. He used the N-word.
He used the N-word. So, and then immediately said
he tried to backtrack and say, you know, no, I meant a-hole.
Right,
but
like immediately after.
Yeah. So, all right. Let me. I got it. I'm sorry to cut. Let me talk about this. Now, I am a black guy. I'm a black man. What he said is outrageous. He said it so nonchalantly that like for someone to say it just so nonchalantly, he has to say it in his everyday life. Now I don't know where the disconnect comes from. Maybe it's because he is from Sweden. He's Swedish. I don't think he's American. I don't think is he in America. Is he stationed in America or is he in Sweden?
I'm pretty sure all his stuff is overseas, yeah.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I could have sworn I thought someone said he was in LA, but I could be
wrong.
He
may have. I mean, I know he was part of like.
He is a millionaire, so
he is a millionaire.
He can have multiple homes.
Well,
right?
I mean, he's part of he's got his own like content network and whatever else, and people give him a lot of money. He
made $15 million last year.
$15 million last year. So they may have moved him out to LA, and he may have a recording studio out there, a whole setup and all that.
It is unthinkable and unforgivable. Just to say that word nonchalantly.
Right.
I mean, and, just so there's no debate over which N word ended in ER or A, he shouldn't be saying either.
Right.
But he was not using it as a term of endearment. I mean,
right.
He quickly tried to correct himself and say, I meant a-hole, which doesn't help because you obviously mean it in a derogatory way.
You're then equating that word with something that's awful, right?
Yes.
So he kind of dug himself a little bit deeper. There was an apology that went out, I think a couple days after.
2 days. This happened on a Sunday.
Right. And I think it came out maybe
on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It came out before the Nintendo Direct.
Right. So it came out on a Tuesday. It was a minute and a half apology.
I felt he was sincere.
Same. It felt very from the heart.
But it doesn't excuse the fact that, in my opinion, he with this smoke, there's usually a little bit of fire. It's probably not like a forest fire or anything.
Right.
But he used it so nonchalant. I mean, I watched it and he used it so nonchalantly.
Right.
I was super uncomfortable.
Same.
I would feel uncomfortable around him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to give him a pass for it. I just assumed it was the heat of the moment, and those words came out. But then again, I think to myself, I've been in those situations playing multiplayer games in the heat of the moment. I've never said it, and that wouldn't be the first word that I jump to. So
that's because I'm not with you every day, but I don't think you use it in your everyday life, so it's not.
I don't. I mean, it's just not a word I'm comfortable saying. I don't feel right saying it. I don't think I have the authority or the right to say it, so I don't say it.
I don't like to get. I like to stay away from politics on the show. I hate to get into, especially with Trump as president. I think we've had a few.
I think I'd certainly bringing a lot of people out of the woodwork. Changing the tone.
But that definitely. I mean, one. He's already had a controversy, right? Early last year or late or early this year?
I think it was early this year with and the
people equate him with the star of the adpocalypse on YouTube, even though he didn't start it, but he didn't help matters either.
So the thing that you're referencing that happened earlier in the year was. There was a bunch of people maybe over in like India or somewhere in like the Africa, Middle East, Asia region that basically said, you give us $5, we'll do whatever you want. And he kind of pushed the button and he tried to push the boundaries a little bit and had them make a sign up saying like Hitler was great or something or
anti-Semitic.
Yeah, it was very much an anti-Semitic statement that went out there, and I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think the whole idea behind that is like, let's just see how far we can take this, right? I wonder what I can get them to do for $5, and he did that. And, the internet kind of blew up over that. He got a lot of backlash over that, and now this happens. Internet comes out, and there's obviously a lot of backlash over it. Everyone hates him even more now.
I think, listen, my issue with him on that was, I mean, I didn't think, at first I didn't think he was a racist. If he would have, I was offended because he did it sort of like in a joking way. If he would have been,
it's for shock value.
If he would have took
for the lulls,
if he would have took a serious tone with the video and said this is unacceptable, like I did this to see if they would not do it, right? But they would do anything for money and just take it from that standpoint and get serious with it, not so much as making it as a joke. I probably would have been more on his side, even though I still wouldn't have done it myself if I was him. If he was doing it, to spark a conversation so we can talk about things.
Well, that's certainly what's happening now, and that's what happened at the time,
Yeah, but that I sort of was conflicted with, and said, I understand slightly his explanation. I don't agree with it, but I was sort of conflicted. I'm not conflicted with this.
Right. It is what it is. It's black and white, basically.
I am no pun intended.
Right.
I am 1,000% like offended.
Right.
By the fact that, he said it and he said it so nonchalantly, like it wasn't a thing. Like I look at him differently now, and his apology did nothing to change that.
Right.
So something else came out of this. The guys who made Firewatch, the Firewatch devs, pretty much were offended as well, and I think they DMC'd all of his. Yeah,
they used the Digital Millennium Copyright Act to demonetize his Firewatch videos because
he actually took them down.
Right.
No, they copyright striked them.
They did? So he can't even have it up.
He didn't. Yeah, they took it down.
So they're just down. So there's a handful of videos he made with Firewatch. He was a big Firewatch fan, and that's all gone.
They got like 7 million views. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that made them a lot of money, but they took the stance that this is some
it's
like
kind of inexcusable, and they didn't want to be a part of it,
and he shouldn't get away with it. Now, the whole thing, the backlash from YouTubers was pretty much, can they do this? Especially on their website when they have...
Well, legally they can.
Well, on their website they said that can you stream our content? Yes. They openly, explicitly say yes. But the question is, do they have the right to get you to take their content that you're taking and streaming and making a living off of down? And the answer is yes. How is it any different from someone promoting commercials on NBC and a host says something derogatory that the advertisers don't like? They want you to take their content down. They no longer want to advertise it.
Yeah, I mean it's a little bit different on the net because with like TV is real time, right? So you're buying ad blocks for 4:30 to 5:30 on like a weekday on Friday, right? So if the show that you're promoting your commercial on says something wrong, then you can cease future advertisement on there, right? But PewDiePie made the video assuming that, well,
and he's made his money off of it already.
He's made, but he could have made more money off it.
He can continue to make money,
right? And he made the content assuming that I can monetize this because this is his full time job. He makes millions off doing it. You know, he would have, you know, if he would have realized that, you know, this possibly could have happened with these guys, then maybe he may not have made Firewatch videos, right? Because now he's got to make new videos to fill in that gap.
Well, listen, I make something. Right? If I make a game, I make anything that I own, like Nintendo, and they say, yes, you can monetize with it. I didn't say forever. I didn't say you could stream it forever. Like,
right.
You know,
right.
At any time, I can say, you know what? I want to take this down. I don't want this. I don't want this on the net anymore. This is my content. I own it. I can do whatever I want with it. It's just like a movie, right? Can you? I don't know. I'm not going to get into the legalese with it.
Basically what you're saying is the
fair,
Firewatch devs are...
This is where we get into the fair use of, you know, you talking over their content changes the content. The fair
right.
use. And I'm sure
you're adding something new to the work. It's not just the work itself.
Yeah, because it's a critique. And if he goes to court, he could probably win. Maybe. I mean, potentially he can win. He has the money to go to court.
Certainly.
Right? He's not like a new YouTuber who's just starting up.
Yeah.
But look, I don't care so much about that. I disagree, though, with the witch hunt, where the devs are pretty much, you know, well, they have stated that they would go to other devs and tell them to do the same thing to his content.
Right.
I sort of take the stance, I disagree with the witch hunt, where, you know, hey, look, if you feel that way, I think you have the right to take your content down.
Right.
But if someone else isn't as offended to that as he
have the right to not do it.
They have the right to not do it.
They still can, you know.
And he did issue an apology, which I felt was sincere.
Right.
I just look at him in a different way.
Right.
And I'm sure he turned a lot of people off. Another problem I had was a lot of YouTubers saying it was no big deal. And that was that.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're not coming at it from the stance of like a lot of those people were probably people that didn't have ancestors who were involved in it, or they were straight up. I'll just say it. They were probably just straight up white people.
Yes,
and
they were.
They go, why is this so much? Why is this so big a deal?
From what I can see, they were straight up white people,
right?
Pretty much saying it was no big deal, and that was a little disturbing. That it is a big deal,
right? And
I'm not saying his channel should be taken down,
right?
I'm saying I'm okay with any punishment that, you know, if YouTube wanted to take action against him and have him, you know, or if anybody, you know, developer said, you know what, I want to take that, you know, I don't want to be associated with him anymore. You can't stream any new things of ours, or you can't stream our old stuff. I'm okay with it. But the witch hunt to take his channel down, I disagree with. You know, he has his views, and I can disagree with him.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want him to stream my game, but I'm okay if you want him to stream yours.
Right. Okay.
I think it's kind of complicated. I look at him in a different light now. Not that I didn't even watch him. I didn't like any of his content,
I was never a fan before, so yeah.
Yeah, so this, you know, I was never watching him before, but if I was, I probably wouldn't follow.
Right.
But that's just me. All right. Let's go on a lighter note compared to this.
Somewhat, yeah, and a very much lighter note.
Convo to week 2. Should game journalists be good at video games? Now, this all came up when this one gaming journalist. He posted a 30-minute video of him playing.
He was playing Cuphead. This was out of PAX West, I believe.
Yes, which is a notorious hard game that everyone has said. Everyone said this game is really hard.
Right. But basically, there's a little tutorial thing that happens in the beginning. Shows you how to run and jump and this and that. It's, in the 1930s cartoon aesthetic that they have in the game. It's very cute. And
jump over the block.
He couldn't jump over the block. So that tells me either one of two things. Either the controls are very bad, probably not, or this guy doesn't know how to play video games. And everybody kind of went up in arms over this all over the internet, saying like, oh, this guy's not fit to, kind of review games or give opinions. He doesn't even know how to play games.
Well, let's give a little backstory in a guy. He doesn't review games anymore. Okay, he is the epitome of a grown man gamer because
no time.
He doesn't do reviews anymore, and he's openly said he hasn't done a review in like 7-8 years because he has no time. He's covering games and he's making appointments, traveling. He doesn't really have time to play games as much as you need to be a reviewer.
Right.
But enough with that. Let's go on to the actual question: should game journalists be good at video games? What is your take?
Well, so, I mean, you're basically saying, like, do you need to be good at video games to do your job, right?
Does a movie reviewer need to know how to make movies?
Not at all.
Not
at all. Now,
does
TV show critics...
Does a sports analyst need to know how to play that sport? Like have played should like a basketball analyst?
Well, you see, the thing of it is like
be a former basketball player.
Well, usually they are. That's just kind of how it is.
Not a lot of
like with the football announcers and all that.
Ernie was it Ernie Anastas? He was a basketball player, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he's like one guy. John Madden, Pat Summerall, tons of people. Shaq. He's
Bob Costas never played.
I would say more often than not. They are, but that's not the point that I'm making. I don't think they need to have. I don't think they just need to be able to talk intelligently about the sport, understand what's going on in the game, and give relevant critique on the plays that just happened and kind of the game that's going down.
But gaming is different because to actually give a critique of the game, you actually have to play it.
Well, you do, and you do need to be able to get around inside the game a little bit, experience some of the levels in the game, for sure. But, obviously, if you can't progress in the game, then you can't necessarily review the game. You can say, well, the tutorial looked pretty good, and, that's about it. So I don't think you necessarily need to be great at games, but there needs to be some, like, base level acumen that you can kind of get around. Like you can play a first-person shooter, maybe not on hard mode. Maybe you can do it on, like, easy mode, and you can kind of get around and play a decent amount of the game and then write up a review based on your experience, right? Because that's what it is, I think.
Go ahead.
Well, no. I mean, I think that's kind of where I fall in the situation.
Listen, I think if you work for, like, first of all, I don't consider us journalists. I think we're just average, everyday consumer. Right?
Yeah.
Your average, everyday consumer.
Yeah. Right?
I could say I'm terrible at certain games, just like I'm sure you're terrible at certain games. And then
there's very few, but yes.
You know what? That's fine. I'm not terrible at that many games. I'm actually great at a lot of games. I've beaten you on several occasions, and you've beaten me on some occasions.
I've let you win, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, beside the point. I've beaten you a lot, but that's beside the point. I think if you are a journalist for, like, IGN, you need to be reviewing games that are in your forte. So if you hate racing games or hate platformers, I don't think you should be reviewing racing games and platformers, because that's not your forte. Like Vince Ingenito, formerly of IGN, now a freelancer, his forte is fighting games, right? Like, he's really good at fighting games. He loves fighting games. Whenever a fighting game comes out, I look for him on Twitter to see what his opinion is, because I value his opinion, because I know he loves that genre and he's good at it.
Right.
as a side note, he gave the Switch a negative score when it came out, and then suspiciously got canned from IGN, which I not putting the two and two together.
Well,
just saying, very suspicious. Right. I love you, Vince. I want to see you back on a major outlet. Go to GameSpot. Mm-hmm. They need personalities. That's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. I think you need to be. Do you need to be good at games? I don't think you need to be great at games, but I do think you do need to be good at that whatever type of genre you are reviewing. I would put it that way. And just going by Dan Stapleton, I'm using IGN as sort of the yardstick as an example. Mm-hmm. Dan Stapleton is like the editor in chief of like IGN, and he is more of a PC guy. He is a PC guy. He actually was a part of the PC podcast when he actually had it. Mm-hmm. He decides who does what review, right? And if I'm sure like if there's people that want to review certain games but who can't, so there needs to be someone in line to take it over, right?
I mean, someone has to do Barbie Cupcake Challenge, and they have to give it an honest review, right? Or
Disney's Airplanes.
Yeah, or on like a less funny note, someone has to review Forza, right? If there's nobody who likes racing games, someone's still got to step up and give it an honest review, And you can say in the review, look, I'm not normally a racing guy, but here's my thoughts on this game, And you should be able to, as a journalist, be able to review the game honestly and give it a fair score.
Listen, Fran from IGN still gets shit about his Mario Kart Double Dash review.
That's that's fine. You're entitled to have that opinion. Just it's got to be qualified.
You need to back it up. You need to back up whatever your opinions are.
Exactly,
and that's just like I could back up the Order 1887 should have been an 8.5. I'm sorry.
1880. You mean the game that didn't come in 1886?
1886 should have been. You know what? I was getting 8.5 ahead. It should have been 8.5. I'm sorry. Good game. It was just a little bit short.
No, you could beat it in a lunch break. Come on.
Whatever. Come on now. Screw you. Anyway, just I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I think you should be good at games. Mm-hmm. How can you adequately critique something if you're bad at it? Because you're not going to get up. You're not going to get past the first level.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I think we're in agreement there. Like, there needs to be some base level of kind of video game skill on there. Do you think it's fair that this guy gets all the backlash though? I mean, you said he's not.
He doesn't. I think it's unfair. I think the question is fair, but I think him getting the backlash is unfair because he doesn't review games.
Right. The one thing I'm curious about is like, why was he there doing that if that's not his jam anymore?
Reviewing games isn't his jam. Mm-hmm. Previewing games is different.
Yeah. I mean, it's
a preview doesn't give a number. A preview is just showing you sort of the first level.
Well, he couldn't even get to the first level. He was still in the tutorial,
And I got to be honest. I mean, we found this story like 2 weeks ago, mm-hmm. right? This happened.
So it's a little.
So it's the moment has passed a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if what he posted was on the site or was on Twitter. No, it couldn't have been on Twitter because he posted like 30 minutes of it.
Right.
So, but this is sort of just giving his. Hey, this is my playthrough. Mm-hmm. So, like, a playthrough is different than a review.
It is, but I mean, yeah.
Well, first of all, if I was him, I kind of wouldn't have posted it. That was kind of embarrassing. I would have at least edited it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure there are a lot of things that are edited.
Uh-huh. Are you sure that he put that out or somebody else put that out?
No, I'm sure. No, he put it out on the website. It wasn't on Twitter. It was on the website.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, it's it's pretty embarrassing. We encourage you guys to take a look at the video. I mean, there's like a tall barrier. They give you the on-screen prompts on how to get up over the thing, and he just can't do it. It's just back and forth.
You know what? Everyone's going to be eating egg when this game comes out, and the controls suck.
All right.
And well, it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't him. Maybe this game really is just that hard.
See, but those are things you can mention in the preview.
I just think, listen, everyone has. When a game comes out, everyone knows. Hey, this person loves this type of games. I can't wait to hear their opinion. Mm-hmm. And I can care less about what this other person thinks mm-hmm. because they're not really into that type of game. Mm-hmm. They're probably going to give it a lower score, right?
Well, it is also the mark of a great game that if someone who doesn't like that particular genre reviews that game and gives it a high rating, then I definitely want to check it out.
I don't think anybody wants to see my review of Mario plus Rabbids. Since XCOM is not my game.
This is why you're not a journalist, see?
And this is why I didn't buy it. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I think that about wraps things up. Episode 86 in the books. We just want to thank you guys for sticking with us all this time. We know the show went a little bit long, but we appreciate all the listens, the likes, the loves. You guys can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google Plus at Rated G for Gamers. You can always email us at ratedgforgamers@gmail.com. So please like, listen, subscribe.
And as always, keep gaming.